Good morning. I hope you had a good weekend. Today it's raining just like yesterday, but that's sometimes good. It gives us a chance to sort of just stay in and take it easy. Yesterday someone knocked on the door and it was a delivery guy, and he was kind of nervous and antsy. He wasn't even wearing a mask, and he had an order of food in his hands, and he said, "Here, just sign the bottom, please." And so I did. I didn't have my glasses on or anything. I just wrote my name on the bottom of the receipt, and I brought the food in, and I assumed that it was from our neighbor because they have a tendency to do that. They've done that in the past. Later that evening, when I was on the phone with my neighbor, it turns out it wasn't. So someone sent us food, and I need to thank whoever you are very much, because that was so generous and kind, and we really enjoyed it. But then I thought, what if I signed for someone else's dinner by mistake? In which case, I am extremely sorry, but it was delicious and we loved it. I was reading an article that said, the command to fear not fills Scripture. And I started wondering why that is. And I assume the answer must be that a lot of us have lots of fears. If you attend my church, you know my good friend Pat. He sings in our praise band, but in general, he's just this fantastic singer with a great voice. And every Sunday since this quarantine, he goes into his car and he sings a song for those of us on Facebook. And yesterday, he sang a song called "Fear is a Liar." And I want you to listen to the words in the chorus. Fear is a liar. He will take your breath, stop you in your steps. Yeah, fear is a liar. He'll rob your rest, steal your happiness. So cast your fear in the fire, because fear, he is a liar. And that song is so right, because when fear grabs hold of us, it makes us believe things that aren't necessarily right or true. I think that's exactly what so many folks are experiencing these days. In fact, I heard a psychologist yesterday say that people are experiencing quarantine fatigue, this overwhelming feeling of anxiousness. And because those folks are feeling that, they're getting lax in their social distancing. She said, just watch the news and you see protests, anger, criticism, hostility, frustration. And the longer we are sheltering in place, the harder it becomes for some folks to keep a positive outlook. Interestingly, most of these reactions are caused by fear. Not the, "ooh, I'm so scared," because you're watching a horror movie kind of fear, but actually the fear of the unknown. It's fear of how much longer this will go on. Fear over not working, or worse, not having a job to go back to when this is over. Fear of getting this virus, or someone we know getting it, or worse, dying from it. It's the fear of feeling like you have no control over what is happening. It's an awful feeling, and it's the worst kind of fear. And the truth is, this virus is running the show right now, and we're scrambling to figure out ways to get ahead of it and get us back on track. And that's not easy to do. I mean, it's been close to 6-7 weeks now? We're all feeling some sort of anxiety. The question is, what do we do with all of this? Where do we turn to? How do we fight the anxiety and the fear, this quarantine fatigue? Well, the first thing is to realize there are things we can control and things we can't, especially when there's a pandemic lurking in the streets. See, on my own, I can't control the coronavirus. I can't control where it spreads or who gets it or what policies are being put in place. I can't control the economic situation. I'm not a doctor or a scientist. I don't even know what I don't know. But what I can control, however, is what God has put before me. I can follow the stay-at-home orders, listen to the guidelines for social distancing. I can make wise choices, wear a mask, wash my hands. And I can shepherd my family through this time as best as I can, and my congregation too, by trying to keep my attitude hopeful and positive and share that hope with you. And I'm thinking maybe that's all I need to be doing right now. See, when the fear rises over those things over which I have no control, I need to turn to God. I need to remember God is so much bigger than my fears. I need to remember our history and all the times He's been there for me, all the times I've been afraid and how God got me through. Because you see, fear breeds on doubt. That idea that maybe nothing will ever get better. That thought that maybe we'll never be okay again. That maybe God doesn't care. And we're on our own. And this fear does exactly like the song said. It stops us in our tracks, robs us of rest and peace, and it absolutely steals our happiness. It takes over our life, and who wants to feel that way? Not me. I don't. So today, I want you to understand it's okay to not be okay, to feel a bit out of control, even to have some quarantine fatigue. But at some point, you have to decide to trust God with those feelings, to let go of them and turn them over to Him. Now, it may not happen in a snap. In fact, don't expect it to. But if you consciously do this every day, several times a day, if you make that choice to not let fear control you and believe that God understands your disappointment, worry, doubt, and fear, and that He's sufficient to meet all of your needs, He will. He never will fail you there. In fact, remember this verse. It's from Isaiah 35, actually verse 4. Tell everyone who is anxious, fearful, or discouraged, be strong and don't be afraid. God is coming to your rescue. So that's what I'm doing today. See, if you're down, anxious, worried, if the fear of the unknown has gotten hold of you, I'm telling you, help is on the way. God will absolutely come to your rescue. You just have to call out for it. Trust that He can do that. Give Him a shot. So stay safe, stay home, stay hopeful, because we will indeed make it through this time. Now, it might take a little bit longer, but we can do it. See, we have all we need because we have God on our side. So let that give you encouragement today. So, keep washing your hands, wear your masks, and find the blessing today. Look for it if you have to. Stay strong and know that I love you and I'm praying for you. We can do this. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.